Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are streaming a little bit later today than normal. Appreciate your patience. It is a very busy time of year and I needed to get some extra things done. This morning we pushed back the editing and publishing of the Citadel Cafe podcast, but that is now out. So you can listen to that for free wherever you get your podcasts. It's on the RSS feed for iTunes and Spotify and all that. It will be up later on YouTube. And it will, of course, be available for patrons right now. And then the extra audio, the bonus stuff for patrons will be coming a little bit later. I'm going to get out of here because it's very dark. Oh, we got a light. Okay, cool. So we are back in the copper area of the factory. And we were working upstairs yesterday to try and get all of our wire in order. And we have some of it still going out here. And this is going down to the stitched iron plates, and I did not want to interrupt that. I want that to continue to go. So I'm actually going to go check on that right now and see if we are now finally up to 100% on these plates. MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Thanks ever so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a good day. SweetSandi, Dan, all the usuals hanging in the chat. All right, so here we are. And it's the last machines that are probably going to be the slow ones. Not seeing any stuff going into them. No, we're good. 100% across the board. Oh, we're at 89% on that one. I wonder if the ones down below are also a little bit slow. 91. We are almost back up to 100%. 99 and 100. So we're just about 5 or 10% off, and that's fine. Any other trees down here that need to go? Yes. Could use a lamp or two? Yeah, I could use a lamp or a dozen. Really. There's some mushroom mycelia stuff. And nothing else over here. Okay, cool. So at least we know that the copper is getting down here. I wonder if it's was it the copper that was the problem, or was it still iron? I didn't check to actually see the cause of the problem. It is definitely the copper. And we were messing with that. So that could mean that the iron issues are actually fixed. Yeah, I'd say the iron issues are fixed. So it's just our copper that was being a little slow. So we'll let that fill up and see what we can get back up to. I'm kind of wondering what we should do with the top floors of this place. I'm not crazy about the design. So something that I was looking at in between streams was a little bit of lighting, just to take a couple screenshots. And I was actually able to move one of these lifts. So we'll do that while we don't have any light. So over here, I was able to move this in and keep all the same stuff happening underneath it. It's a pretty simple procedure. So we'll do that in this space as well. And all I had to do was just redesign these last lifts. So it was the outbound. Yeah, here. So what we have to do here is temporarily remove this. Move the merger back to there. Put the belt there. And then grab this. Point that in there. And then we just have to move this. And all I did was just place the floor hole here, lock it, nudge it over that way, and then get the bigger lift. And now that's flush. Beautiful. So we'll do that again on this one. I'll double check underneath and make sure everything is flowing. That's a little bit slow. Don't know why this is backing up. That shouldn't be backing up. You're not getting anything. That means there's a belt missing somewhere. Aha! Oh, I didn't. Maybe this just didn't save or something? I thought I did all of this. I think that's all good. That should be flowing now. It's only going upstairs into an awesome sink anyway. But yeah, it's pretty easy to fix. Just a small adjustment. And that's specific to this situation. It, not necessarily something the blueprint needs to change. Also gives us more room here, which is nice. I don't even think it has to be quite as far to there. Like, I think I can get away with it here, too. We'll try that and see if that works, too. A little bit easier to see this belt. It's going the wrong way. Yep, that works too. Oh, but then that doesn't work. Okay. That's what it was. I knew there was a reason it had to be that tight up against the back here. So it's not my favorite. I prefer not to leave little belts like this because, like, if you're looking for a problem, that's a really hard problem to spot if there was an error there. So I try not to do that. But because it makes things look so nice and tidy up top. that should be good. So we're obviously not going to keep that light there, so I'll delete that. So those are all nice and flush. And what I was planning on doing was trying to organize how this is all looking. And try to figure out where the different bays are being fed from and being fed to. And also go around and do a little bit of design. I guess I could change that one too. Might as well. Gonna have to eventually. Do it while the process is all fresh in our mind. I kind of wish you could rotate these without deleting them. It would be nice to be able to do that. That part's done. Nice. So I'm going to wait for the final paint before I do anything here. I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm going to be doing before I start really changing the colors on stuff. I do like the idea of this going into the other space. So that's kind of fun. Nice doorway. We can mess around with different shapes and stuff later on. Well, this wasn't, Sandy, this wasn't feeding the wire. Both of these are actually going up to Awesome Sink. So this is going to an Awesome Sink on the top floor. And this is going to an Awesome Sink on the top floor. The 1200 that we need for stitched iron plates are 600 from this 40. And then 600 from, this 20. And then this 20 here. 10 plus the 10 upstairs. So this is the other set, and I have to do the same adjustment up here. And actually we could probably do it on both ends. Although that one's a little trickier because we have the feed here. So that might not be possible to do. I'll move this one though. It's crazy how fast everything comes through here now. And constructors are loud. I guess I can turn them down. I could do that too. should be everything back together. Yep. Oh, I'm out of plastic. More stuff. Yeah, so there should be no throughput problems. It was just that because we switched over the production machines last stream, there was an interruption in production. The good news is that the problem used to be iron plates, and it does not appear to be the case anymore. That's good. Get some more gas for my jetpack too. Sean J Dub, hello. Working and lurking. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. And we don't have a way in here to get up to the top floor yet. Where was I? I was over here. Okay. So even though I'm going to eventually have to change that, right now, we're doing all right. So these are going to stitch iron plates down to the first floor. Or second floor, I guess. So I need to figure out where the actual copper is being supplied from. And right now, this left-hand elevator is taking stuff up from this and the one next to it. So this is the bottom, and then this top one is this one. So if we were to number these rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5 not being on, then we've got rows 1 and 2, and they are feeding just the first 40. Yeah. Okay. So I started to break this down because I really need to wrap my head around this. So constructors bay 1 and 2. No, we'll have to change the different bays because 1 should be the one behind us. So this is refinery row 1 and 2. They're merging, but that's going to merge down. I know, brain stuff. And don't know what's happening with that. So let's add in a couple lines. So 600 copper ingots this is getting split into 3 and 3. And then this is actually being fed with 300 copper ingots of its own. And this is why these sheets end up getting so big, is because I really want things to be clear, you know? And that is the first bay. I believe that's coming in from the regular smelters below. So I'm calling bay 1 of these constructors this one. And I wonder, this might be a fun way to do this actually, at least for us for now. I don't know if I can work this into the decor. Do I want a big sign or a small sign? Let's just do small. Well, first of all, let's not do rotated. Why did that go upside down again? Finally. Do this. Alright, so that's 1A. Go upstairs. This is one B. And I can't think of a better way to do this other, like, besides this right now. So and then we can do the same thing here. This will be a lot more simple. Oh, it's going to be silly. All right. Fine. Be like that. I like that better anyway. This is 4. Three. And that's 2. So 2 and 1A and B are being combined. So we can make a note of that. So that's 600 wire. This is being merged up to here. So that's bay 2. But then these ones are not going anywhere currently. Sort of shot myself in the foot here by the amount of stuff that I have to do to make this look something you can follow. But I think when it comes time to like reference this later on, you know, like in a week, I'm going to be happy that I took the time for this. Right, so we've got refineries row 1 and 2 merge and get combined into constructor bay 2, and they get split here. 3 and 4, and then these are actually, I think this is the Rocky Desert. Here and there. Oops. So we'll check out where 1A and B are getting their stuff from. It's coming in from over here. Color in the help sheets in the spreadsheet helps with the flow for sure. Yeah, right. So that's these 10 machines here. So 10 smelters. And these are the only smelters we have in here, so we might as well do the same thing. Right? At least temporarily. I wish that I used the matte signs more. You can't see them when it gets really dark. They're just like the machine, but they're such an attractive, sharp image. I really like them. Oops. Now I've got the details of this, I think, elsewhere in other spreadsheets, but I'm trying to kind of put them all in one sheet for the production line. So we've got, this is number 3. Smelter 3 is feeding 1A and B on the constructors, and now I just need to figure out where this is getting its ore from. So this one belt is feeding both directions. That would be 300. Yep. And so this is coming in from copper 1 and copper 2, which are combining for 600 a minute from the Rocky Desert. So if I look at my map, there's copper 1, which is a normal node overclocked to 300. Get an autosave. I'm so glad I named all these. And then copper 2 is like way up here. Oh no, that's copper 1. That's copper 2. Right. So normal 300 a minute, connected south, normal 300 per minute. So that's the 600 minute coming in. And that's coming in here. So copper 1 and 2. So I guess we'll just call it copper 1 is feeding this line. So this is actually smelters. And they are being fed by Copper 1, Rocky Desert North, and then the other ones are going to be a different copper node. I don't know which one. And that's smelters row 3, right? And then constructors in bay 4 are way over here. So this is bay number 4, or row number 4, and they are being fed 300 a minute from this one. And this, which I did the other day, oh, that is with this weird little subfloor here. That's coming from row 2. Yep. And this is being slow for some reason. It shouldn't be because it's all being sent outside. I wonder if this is just slow. Right. So bay 4 is row 2. And I can at least tell what they're being fed by, as their input is the bottom one. Okay, so that's the other half of this. So they're being fed by copper number 2. Okay, sweet. Yep, copper number 2. Now, would that be considered north or... Yeah, I'll call that north. Actually, I probably have it labeled. Yeah. I've also got this untapped 60, which you've not used for anything. Keep on hitting the wrong buttons. Okay, so that means we've got this coming in. That's going into these. Now, why is this all slow? Wait a minute. Is that top half? I'm missing something. This feeds these ones. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is going into this. Feed the second row. So you are all full up. So your export line has got a bottleneck in it, I think. We're looking at 30 per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 150. So it should be Mark 3. And then after the Mark 3, it should go to a Mark 4. That's a Mark 4. I bet you it's one of these new things that I did. Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 4 lift. So it could just be the backlog from when we didn't have this all sorted. Remember at the first part of the stream, this was all backed up. So these should all be now doing nearly 100%. No, 0. Why are you not getting any? How can the below be backlogged? And this be... You're not going anywhere. I must have screwed up in the export. Aha! That'll do it. So it was low because it couldn't export all the stuff. This is just gonna be going like a bat out of hell. So what I'll do is I'll go downstairs and I will delete the copper out of these smelters, just so this can flow a little bit nicer. So it's second row. Oh, that one's empty. They're probably going to pile up the farther we get back. 93, 96, 97. They stack to more than 100, don't they? No, 99. Still feels like it's stuttering a bit. Maybe the belts just need to catch up. But that's good. So then what and where is this going? And the answer is nowhere. That, I believe, I got cut off as I was making the new things. Yeah, that just stops. Okay, so that's not going anywhere. So on our sheet, where'd it go? I can actually put in I guess I'll put it down the bottom. That's row 1, 300 copper minutes. Currently, it's just not assigned. And that is getting its material from the train, I think. Scavenger, 300 per minute. Right. That is all just backed up. So what I should do is sync that somehow. I have another awesome sync over there. I guess I could put one up here somewhere. Although, I don't think it's going to go through that space. So, don't know what to do with that. So we'll leave that for now. Realizing that all of these lifts are wrong, so I'm going to have to go back and fix those. I'm not sure why that reloaded. I thought I fixed all of these, but maybe I missed some. And I'll have to do the ones underneath too. Could have sworn I did this already. I think this was one of the first blueprints that we laid down, so maybe that's why. At least they're a different color and he sees his spot. Thanks for the lurk, Mo. Appreciate it. Okay. Same thing there. Sorry if this is a little bit repetitive, but it's kind of the nature of builds of this size. I love how fast it is to replace stuff like that. If you do make a mistake, like, it's not a difficult thing to fix. The difficult thing is usually finding the mistake. That's usually the issue. That and navigating your own factory. I gotta think of a better way to get down into these subfloors. I keep on making these subfloors, but I don't make them easy to get into. At least not permanently easy to get into. So one of the things I was thinking about doing was installing a mod for the daytime, and I'd still take a break once an hour, but it would just allow me to be able to see all the time in the best way I could. How do people feel about that kind of mod? It would also make screenshots a lot easier too. That's cool looking. It's a lot of green lights. I like it. Alright, so Bay 2, or 1 rather, was getting its stuff from Scavenger. Yep. I should go check to make sure that Scavenger is actually... Well, I guess it wouldn't be running and depositing stuff. This would be backed up all the way to the train station, if that's the case. Maybe I should just put a awesome sink somewhere down here. Probably wouldn't fit there. That's fine. So we're not using these refineries either. They're being sent along. Those 600 or more of these copper ingots are now being sent down this way. But that means we can free up whatever this left belt is. This is... I think this was one of the bottom lines I wanted to free up. Yeah, so that no longer has to be... I'm not going to delete it, but we don't have to use it for anything. Because it was just being sent on. Copper is being pulled from there for aluminum. Yep, so we can just remove that attachment back here. Night is so short in this game, so it doesn't affect the gameplay much, if at all. You're right. I think it's just... It gets a little bit annoying when... It's not like... Midday is fine. It's like dusk. Dawn and dusk. A little bit tricky. Alright, so that means we can free this up. I'll leave that there just in case I need it for something. Might as well leave that hooked up even though it's not going anywhere. Yes. Okay. So essentially I'm going to have to get more copper coming upstairs, ideally in that position there. And now I need to figure out which of these is going to need to go on to the rotors, right? So rotors need 1500 wire. And what's happening here is like, this is what we're doing, but I've now broken this down into little chunks. So this is sending out copper ingots, and this is sending out copper ingots at 600 per minute. And so that gives us 1200 out of our 1500. So we only need another 300 wire. I guess the way to look at this is that there should be a line right across the bottom here. So what's happening here is being broken down into more detail here. So this actually isn't connected. So I need to find another 300, or I need to make another 300 wire. It's great for a specific time of day. Daylight mod is great for streaming. It makes it easier for everyone to see what you're doing. And screenshots also. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, so let's go back upstairs, because we have stuff going into awesome sinks currently. And that's 600 and 600. Three and four. So right now, these are actually going into awesome sinks. But eventually we want them to be going up there. So these are making another 300, and that will make another 600 wire if we want it to go all down in one section. So my situation is that we need more than just this 300 wire. We need 300 wire to complete the 15 here, but we need another 400. So I need 700 wire. So how many of these guys do I need? $23. So 24 with a couple on lower. One of them on lower. So that's good. We can do 24. That's just a matter of doing a row like this with two more on the end. And we have the space upstairs, and we have the copper right there. That's already heading up. And we have the space right here. So I don't want to mess too much with the symmetry here. Like I quite like that these are the same size and shape. we've got room to grow if we wanted to, but I would prefer to try and stay on this footprint for now. So one other thing we could do is we could put the extra 4 up here. So we could do, what's the roof on this? This is 1, 2, 3, and on the 3rd, so the roof would be here, which is, I think, the same thing as what we did over there. Yes. Pretty close. So we'd have some room. Oh, no, wait a minute. There'd have to be a subfloor. So that would stick out. That's annoying. Okay. Well, the other thing we could do is that we could do a little bit of math up here and maybe change the orientation of the rows and maybe have them run this way. So it's a little bit too small a space for what I want there. Or I could throw some power shards in, and instead of doing 24, I could do 20 and then just like overclock a couple of them. I think it might be better in the long run. No, wait, I said I needed 30 of them, didn't I? No, 700 with 30. Each one puts out 30. I need 700. So it's 24 altogether. So I'll go over this just so you can. Some people in chat are a little confused. So wire makes 30 per minute. As per my sheet, I need 1,500 for rotors. I have 12 ready to go. This is going to stitched iron plates. I have another 12. This guy right here. I've got another 12 ready to go. So that leaves 300. I then need wire, 400 wire here. So 300 and 400, 700. Although I'm realizing now that I need some cable production, so maybe I should just make another 2 bays. Another 40. I've got the extra wire from here, or the extra copper here too. Do I want to do extra? Yeah, the problem is not so much needing more. The problem is how to get it to where it needs to be, right? Because cable, it reduces the wire, so that's good, but it's still a lot of stuff on a belt. And if I look at what cable is used in, I'll have to do that on the website. It's mostly computers. So it would be probably better, right? So we can look at what cable is used in automated wiring, computers, crystal oscillators. These are all going to be made farther down the factory, so it would be better, I think, to make the cable closer to all this stuff. I was going to make the cable and the copper sheets next to another. So it's not that I don't have the room or I don't have the resources. My conundrum here is how to continue to make some constructors up here and have it look good. So the simplest solution would be to build 20 more constructors right here and then put some power shards in them and overclock them. Or build 40 and severely underclock them. So what if I did 700 divided by 40 is only 17.5, which is like less than half. Or it's like 60% roughly. And then 35 per minute. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's cable. Sorry, wrong recipe. Wire. 17.5 is 8.75. So 8.75 times 40 is 350. That's not right. Anyway, speaking of all those breaks and daytime, nighttime, it is that time. Time for me to switch to the jetpack and take a short break. You guys get to ride the train. And I get to think about my next step. If you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour. 'Tis that time. Or at least it's been 50 minutes at least, because that's when Satisfactory does nighttime. Although I think we started off at the beginning of nighttime, so it might have been more like an hour and 10. Anyway, I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. And we're back. Thank you, SweetSandi. Much appreciated. So I wanted to look to see where this weird copper number 3 node is. I should really fix these tracks too. Thanks so much for hanging out, Sandy. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for the mod help. Enjoy the rest of your night. Alright, so before we go in here and start messing around, where is copper node number 3? I don't know if I actually have it on the map. Oh, there it is there. Impure untapped. It's way, way in the west. That's why I haven't done anything with it. Okay. That's fair. So where are the copper bits from this? It's going to the south. Oh, that's powering the refineries that we're using now. Right. Or fueling, I should say, not powering. Okay. The other thing is that, of course, we've got the sources are here. This was from Green Valley. Scavenger. I think that's Green Valley number 1 because there's only one copper node. Yep. So, like I said, I need 700. Baroness with the Prime sub. Thanks very much. Welcome to the community. By all means, connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts. I believe if you do bang Discord in chat, exclamation point Discord in chat, you should see a link that'll explain how to connect Discord and Twitch if you haven't done that already. And then you can look for the Joel Duggan Discord in the in your connections tab in Discord. So I know I can fit another 20 here. And I'd have to overclock to get 100. Oh, I'd have to put power shards in quite a few of them, wouldn't I? I wonder if it's worth it to just put the full 2 bays of constructors here and power them with 300 and just have them really severely underpowered. So 200, what would 20, what would we need to do for that? So they make 30 per minute, and 2 bays would make 1200, and I only need 700, so it's like 58%, right? Oop, no, this was... I think it was 8 repeating. Or maybe it was 8-3. It was 8.3. So that means 875 per minute. And if I did 875 times 40, then that's a little bit more than 350. And we have that downstairs for sure. Or I could just produce an extra 1200 wire. Or an extra 500 wire. Which... what is wire used for besides the things that I'm currently making with it? Because this is my third time, well, second real big playthrough, I'm okay with going onto the wiki and looking stuff up. DJ, yeah, I knew that. Yep, I did know that. That you can type the math equation right into the factory building. Yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that you can do it. I think I just been playing for so long before knowing that I just kind of go about things the old way. And Lalovo, thanks very much. Welcome in. So it's just stators and cable. I guess we could just make extra cable with the machines. Wouldn't be the end of the world to have extra cable. $500 extra cable would mean, or extra wire. 60 minutes, 60 per minute. So 500 divided by 60. That's only 8 more constructors. And 8.3333 times 30 is 250 cable per minute. That's not a lot anyway. Maybe we should just do that. So if that's the case, we will just bring up the other big belt from below. The real trick is going to be when I eventually get rid of the copper ingots that are feeding our aluminum, I have to replace that somehow. And the aluminum factory is that white and gray building right there. And the only other copper I could think of would be back here, but I want to use that for copper sheets. So I'll have to come up with a way to make just a little bit more. So then this is going to have to get fed. This is probably going to have to move. Do I have room to bring stuff up over here? I probably do. Yeah. Yeah, this will probably get sent this way and get fed in here. So if I make another 20 here, that'll make 600 out of the 700. And then I only need 100 more. And I could do another set here, and then we could split the output and do the cable over there. I guess the question is, do I want to keep these things separate so that I can send the amount I need into the rotors? So we need to do 300 and 400. Well, 300 would be 10, and that's for the remaining rotors. Yeah. So 10 is easy because that's just a single row. So rather than combining their outputs, we could... Well, we could just do the exact same thing. It's fine. That's fine. So another 20 here, another 20 there, and that'll be fed by the 600 downstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the way that this gets exported, I think. All right, well, let's think about where the source is going to come from. It's going to be this belt here. So there's another 600 copper. So that will be going up this side right there on a Mark V. And instead of coming out here, because it'll not go there, it will end up going up higher. To this level. And that is, I guess it will probably go through here as well. Although, oh, wait a minute. That's where I might have wanted to come out here. So I guess I won't be coming out into this nice long corridor. We'll be coming out somewhere over here. I forgot that this wasn't going to be pointed in here. Well, I say that, I can always snake it around. I could just switch them. This could very easily turn this way and go up to where it needs to go up here, and then I could just switch the outputs. That could be combined down that way. Send that into that splitter. That'd be pretty straightforward to do. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So then this area would end up being covered. This would come over here. There would be a wall here. And this would be where it would come up, and then probably snake back around and come out this way. So then if the input is going to be coming in this direction, how do we handle this output? We send it the other direction, right? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we don't have the room. I wanted to do the extra high ceiling here. So this will have to get sent into the wall. Yeah, we can just send it into the wall and then go around. Yep, that's fine. So for example, Yeah. I think that's right. Oh, that part's off. Come on. All right, so we'll snake that around that way. And then when this thing comes up here, it can come in through this way. So that will feed these machines here. So we'll do a quick blueprint. I'll just do the small one. Looks right. So this will have 600 on it. We'll have to split it twice. But maybe better to have it actually come over through here. Splitter. So maybe use that lane and the middle lane. So that'll be 300, and then this will be 300. There'll be another splitter here. Oh, that's the wrong way. Why is this not? Got that the wrong way around. So 300 coming down this way, 300 going into there. We'll have a smaller line of 150 there, and way over to here. So that supplies 10 on each side, 150 there. Ooh, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Does that show through? Okay, good. I may not keep that double high ceiling. That might be a pain. And then the only thing I have to do is just adjust the inputs here for that special way that we did the belts, so that this would end up being in the right spot. Should do that now. I don't know how or if we're going to be able to change this output. I want to, but there's an input from below coming in there. I guess I could change... I could have this turn the corner, maybe. That seems a little bit strange. I will have to think about how to fix that. But I think that makes sense. This will probably end up going into a floor hole. So this will just turn sideways. We will have something here. Nothing like a snug fit. And then, oh, we're not going to be able to run this all the way down if I want to have this space here. I guess I could do without this for this one section. Actually, I like that better. I like that better, so that's good. Little lane for this belt right here, and that will go down to our next set, which these awesome sinks are now in the way. Let's move these. I guess they just need like a midpoint, maybe. Don't know why I need to make these straight. I just like to. Big Head Face, hello, welcome in, good to see you. We're having a good day. And then this can just get tweaked over this way. And that should start up there. Yep. And then this can get removed. Now this is going to be interesting because we may just kind of tweak the amount of machines we need here. So it'll just be another 600 coming up and 300 here, 300 down here. So I'll do another one of these. Make sure that the output is going to line up. Oh, autosave. Right, so that will be there. I fixed this blueprint too, right? It's got the right Mark 1s. Mark 1s, yeah. So then the inputs coming down here, it's going to be from that belt. So all we need here is just another splitter. We'll move this belt over as soon as we can. So 300 going in there, and then we've got the 150 going down that way, and the 150 coming across to here. Okay, I think that makes sense. So the question after this is, we're going to have 1200 wire, so the export of this setup has to be very different. Right now, there's going to be wire that has to get sent back out this way. It's going to have to be split, so it might be actually a good idea to do 2 outputs, because we might have to change the directions of this stuff. Hunter555, hello, hello. And Obu, good to see you. Finally wrapped up a long day of work, Obu. Well, happy to have you. Happy to have you. So this is just going to be straight output. That's just 600 copper wire. But we have another 100. And that's only... well, that's not easy to do. We have to siphon off another 100. If I put a power shard in here, what do I get? Just 45 per minute. You only get an extra 15. So it's probably going to be better to have this 600 go down here somewhere. And then we'll have to do some sort of crazy balancing to divide the 600, to split it couple of times. The good news is that the extra 100 can fit on the other belt. Or what did I say? We needed 400 and 300. So 300 would just be one line of 10. We can keep that on its own belt. Yeah, this line, this top layer, I think it's going to be better to have double lanes. And the good news is we have that. We've got that design. So I can go to the blueprint designer and make another copper design that has 2 belts going out instead of just 1. So let's do that. Because that way it's less to split. It's easier to combine belts than it is to split them. So we will clear the designer, load the blueprint, and we are going to load. These ones just have the singles, so we need to load the aluminum casing. Because this has got double output, and that's what we want. However, we need to save it as something new. So 2 facing constructors with a double output making copper wire. And now we have to change all the things. Wire. It is facing this direction. I think that's input, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to reverse these. Yeah, I want it coming back that way. Okay, so first things first. These have to be changed anyway. That can be Mark 1. I guess these I can just paint, can't I? And that's a Mark 2, but it needs to be a Mark 1. And the cabling is already hooked up. This is already set up. Wire, so 30. And then I just have to remember that there's only going to be 300 per side. So these only have to be Mark 4 belts on the edges. And I think that's it. Right? Yeah, there doesn't need to be anything else. These little slices are so simple. So simple to do. Cool. I always get turned around. I need a better entrance for up top. So I'm going to have to build at least 10 of those. Let's organize this. Oh, I can't change the name. That's fine. Doesn't quite fit in the box. You can see it over on the right hand side, but it doesn't quite fit there. So I might change that to like a 2x out or something. Smelter. Oh, wow. Let's move that to where it needs to go. Smelting. And then, I don't know if we have a new category. I guess we should make like a architecture or lighting? Maybe lighting. Select icon. Oh, there's no... What says lighting? Maybe that? And... subcategory... Whoops. And now my light's gone. Where's my other blueprint? Where did my sign blueprint go? I don't see much of your Satisfactory stuff. How much time would you say you spend in various menus? And does it feel different spending time in Minecraft menus? Oh, 100% different than spending time in Minecraft menus. How come my category disappeared and my light thing is gone? That's dumb. Because that's... I took the time to make that light. I mean, I could make it again. But like, I had a red light thing. That's annoying. Alright. Oh, whatever. So what I wanted to do there was make a list of production double out. We can make 10. That's good. I took the wrong tube. Oh well. Detour. Yeah, I really need to start adding some depth. This added a lot, so I think I really start to need to do more of like this kind of stuff. I was messing around with some ideas. Now that we have nudging, all of the sculpting and ideas are flowing, right? Hunter, I would say that I spend a fair amount of time in spreadsheets too. I try to do as much of that as I can off stream. Plus, sometimes I just need, you know, to not be dealing with a live chat when I'm starting to do math and really trying to run numbers or thinking about different things. So there is that. All right, so we're going to remove this, which thankfully is easy. I will remove this and that. And instead, we will place down this guy. Ah, that's going to have to be in a different spot too, and that's fine. I guess I have to delete this. So it's almost the exact same, except for it's got two belts. So before I start laying down a ton of these, I want to make sure this is going to work. And I'll have to back those up. That's fine. That should all work like before. That goes in here. This goes in there. Okay, that should work. Nope, that's facing the wrong way. I find it difficult to see that little white arrow. There we go. I'm hitting the roof. I was like, why can't I fly anymore? All right. So for ease of setting this up, I'm just going to delete this. And we'll start from the inside out. And we've got twice the amount of belts to go in here. So each one of these is exporting 30. So we've got 150 going straight back. So we have to use a Mark III belt. And so we'll do that in through here. I know I missed the first two. I'll go back and catch them. Now this last one I have to move. To accommodate our export here. And this is just because of the fancy way that I designed the top floor. So this will point that way. And this just has to be a single... Oh, that's not going to work? Why is that not going to work? Oh, because it's too close, I guess? Right, this is closer than the other one. Crap. How do I do this then? Do I have to do something real dumb, like have this go around in a circle? Yes, that is what I have to do. Well, it works. It's fine. Just makes getting around down here a lot harder. That has a belt in it. That's good. Wait a minute. So that goes in there. That goes in there. And then this second moved. And this is going to be a Mark IV. No. What did I say? This is 300. Oh, those are all supposed to be Mark IVs. Whoops. I always get that mixed up. This little teeny belt in the side here that it's not going to let me... That has to be a Mark IV. Sorry for all the flashing. I mean, they don't all have to be Mark IV, but it just covers your butt to rather than trying to calculate each one. I used to do that, and it just caused me more problems because I would forget one or get the math wrong or something. Me just noticing how you even noticed they were wrong. So, I was just looking at the final output, right? I was trying to decide what lift to put here, and then I realized that why was I putting a Mark IV lift if I had a Mark III belt? That doesn't make any sense. Right? So this will be the output. This will come down here. And we'll send this on to wherever it's going to go. And I'm only looping it around, like everything here, instead of exporting right here, it exports underneath, goes all the way down there, and then it comes all the way down here, just so that we can have cool looking full belts like that. That's the only reason I do it. It's just fun, right? Like it's just the only reason I do it. All right, next is power. Yeah, you can make this game a lot easier on yourself if you have no desire to make things look cool. Or you can still have them look cool, but just not as heavily decorated. Alright, so power, I guess these should line up. I don't think I want to separate those. I might put another node here just so it's not hanging in my face. And more power down this way. You do get used to all the graphics in the game and the different highlights and stuff like that, it does take a while. Are you playing this game, Hunter? I couldn't remember. And then on the outside, we have to do the input lines. These are the ones that are 150 because the numbers coming in are 15 per. You're not. It's on my Steam wish list to keep an eye on, but it's a bit too complex for Sleepy Brain. Yeah, no, I can see that. I tend to log on and do like the grindy stuff, like deleting things or moving things around when I'm tired, or stuff that I feel would be boring on stream. All right, so that should be all hooked up. They all have the right things. So it's just the export now. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle is right there. Forgot to highlight you're about an hour away from your last break. Can't see the in-game time currently if it's getting dark. Sun is right there, so yeah, it's about to get very dark. But I need to go. So this will not be another break. This will be me wrapping things up. If there is anybody else that you want to recommend for a raid, I'd be happy to send people along. Anybody in the chat that might be following some Satisfactory people that I don't normally follow would be good. Let me just pop open my... There we go. We raided Tadpole the last couple days. Slice Lime is playing Factorio. Slice is a great streamer, and Factorio is very similar to Satisfactory. Let's raid Slice and see what's up. Cool. I'll just I'll bring this down to the end here to say we have finished the hookup. Those are supposed to be Mark 4, I believe. Not Mark 5. Four. Yeah. So the plan will be to produce the wire here, and then send some of it on, and then send the rest of it to be turned into cable. That's the plan as it stands. And I might just end up putting the cable back on the main belt. I'm not really sure. I've got a couple of options available to me there. But we've got our inputs planned. We've got our power hooked up. So really it's just a matter of switching over the input and then having some place for this to go. So temporarily it'll probably be being sent into another couple of awesome things. So we'll do that. I will also get rid of this while I remember, because that is going to be, again, the new blueprint here. Oh, I used a blueprint on the floor. That's what's going on. So we'll have to do another 10 of those here when I have a chance. Oh, I also realized that my to-do list is also done. Don't need that anymore. Did that. Cool. Well, folks, thanks so much for hanging out today. I hope you had a good chill afternoon. We are going to pass you along to Slice Line playing Factorio, very similar to Satisfactory. I'm sure if you are a Satisfactory fan, then you are familiar. You can check out the latest episode of the Citadel Cafe. It's out right now, thecitadelcafe.com, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. We talked about Blue-Eyed Samurai. Blue Eye Samurai was really, really cool. I did not finish the series before I recorded, but I did finish it since, and I really, really liked it. I highly recommend. Not for kids, just FYI. It's animated, but it's very much an adult show. You can also follow the Spawn Chunks at thespawnchunks.com. That's also on your favorite podcast platform as well. That's about Minecraft. And last but not least, check out Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support your favorite streamers. I have one. It's one of the reasons I'm able to continue to do this. You have an opportunity to join the Minecraft server that I run for my patrons, and I really appreciate it. Hunter, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for helping with the mod stuff. SweetSandi, I know you're long in bed, but I appreciate the mod help earlier as well. And Baroness, thanks very much for the Prime sub today. Appreciate it. I'll see you folks tomorrow, where I hope to be playing Minecraft on 1.20.4. We will see if I can get everything sorted before then. Thanks so much, folks. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.